Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
It's my top 5 things I love about autumn. It is that time of year, and I want to rank out my top 5 things I love about this time of year. I'm currently living in the Palm Springs area, which is a desert area. It's been very hot. A lot of this summer, has been anywhere from 115 to 125 degrees on a regular basis. So the fact that the seasons are changing and things are getting in the direction, autumn is here. It's the perfect time to just share what my 5 favorite things are about this time of year. So let's get it going, shall we? Starting off with my number 5. Now, this isn't something all of these things are things I love. Unlike some of my top 5 lists where I have to put something on that I just like the least, this is all stuff I love. And one thing I love with the seasons changing and, just everything are the baked goods. If you're watching this on video, you know, but for those that are listening, I am not a thin person. I have been a thin person at times in my life, but the majority of my life I have spent with an excess of fat draped across my body. So it should surprise nobody that I am a fan of baked goods. But there is something about this time of year. It's something about fall. It's cooling off, weather's changing, holidays are coming up. That baked goods tend to be a bit more part of my life. Or at least, it just feels like it's more acceptable. There's a lot of just different types. It's like a celebration of baked goods this time of year, and I really enjoy it. Some of my favorite baked goods, I love a good pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. I really do. I'm not into the pumpkin spice stuff. I don't like any of the fake stuff. I'll take some pumpkin bread, sure. Cakes are good. Caramel apples, I guess. It's not really baked. You could do some baked apples. But like cakes and pies, cookies, Halloween cookies, come on. It's cookie season. You don't have cookies any other time? It's cookie season. But yeah, like a pumpkin pie is probably my favorite baked good. It's like the most seasonal thing. Like I don't know how available pumpkin pies are throughout the year, but this time of year, I enjoy getting myself a pumpkin pie and eating the whole thing of it by myself. There was when I worked at Costco, they sold a pumpkin cream cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake. It's cheesecake that's pumpkin flavored, and it's delicious because I love cheesecake also. It's another favorite baked good, I guess. More of a winter, because I like that around my birthday in December, which I don't know, is that fall? When does winter start? Winter start in February? I don't really know the seasons too well. But yeah, baked goods coming in at number 5. My favorite things about autumn or fall, whatever you would like to describe, title, categorize this time of year. Moving on to number 4, which might surprise people. A lot of people might think my number 4 should be a lot higher on my list. I'm going to say why it's not, but it's definitely one of the best parts of autumn. And coming in at number 4 is Halloween. It is my favorite holiday, despite the fact I don't really participate in it. I don't really participate in any holidays. But compared to all of the other holidays, the majority of holidays in this country, most of them are Christian holidays, which I couldn't give a shit about. I'm warming up to Christmas just as kind of that time of year. I'm not having to work in retail anymore. I'm not having to deal with the complete assholes people could become right around Christmas time. How just selfish and like horrible people become around Christmas time. Like the most contrasting attitudes for that time of year, for what's supposed to be, like everybody's. It's insane when you work in retail. Christmas is a completely different thing, especially if you work in a movie theater. Movie theaters too, because they're open and it's like packed. Like it's your busiest day working, and everybody else is just having fun. So I'm kind of enjoying trying to have fun during Christmas. But most holidays are like, whatever, I don't care. Thanksgiving, after watching Cannibal Holocaust and seeing what colonizers do to indigenous people, like when you get that slammed in your face, it's like watching a factory farming video and then, kind of feeling like maybe I shouldn't be eating meat anymore. Seeing how what probably happened realistically in this country during Thanksgiving, watching Cannibal Holocaust, like, okay, that's probably not a holiday I really give a shit about. And it's like, it's a meal I don't really care that much about. Being around family, don't give a shit about. Like, I've done a few of the Friendsgivings. It's fine. It's still got a big thing about, like, it's just like, it's overblown for just a meal and what it celebrates. I don't really like. Football, don't really care about. Pumpkin pie, that's a big Thanksgiving thing. But I'm not a fan, not a fan of that. Not a fan of, Christianity. Obviously, Easter is the dumbest of Christian holidays. The dumbest. Not necessarily what it represents, but like the kind of bunnies and eggs and chocolate. It doesn't make any sense to me. Celebrating like zombie Jesus. I don't know. Give me real zombies. I love Halloween. I enjoy having the opportunity to dress up, even though I don't really dress up. I love the decorations. I enjoy the spooky nature of everything. So the decorations I enjoy. It's like people get scared during this time of year. Like there are like devout Christians that legit think the devil walks the earth during Halloween. But it's also kind of a celebration of the harvest and things preparing for winter. I mean, it's got like the roots and the baggage that Halloween comes with is stuff I can get behind, man. That's kind of a celebration, and it's just fun. It's a fun celebration. You could dress up. There's candy involved, costumes, horror movies, haunted houses. Like I dig it. Like it's a holiday I love, and I can love it, and I don't even have to participate. I don't have to do anything. It's there. I don't have to hand out candy. I can if I want. It's a fun thing to do, to see kids come up and you give them a thing of candy and they're all freaking happy. That's fun. Getting dressed up to go to a holiday party, or a costume party, that's fun. Back when I used to go to parties, it's fun dressing up. I enjoy dressing up. One of my best Halloween costumes was I dressed up like a coworker. And people I worked with couldn't tell the difference on first look. Like it was the highlight of my costume career, coming in looking like Mike Ewing that one Halloween. I mean, we both worked in the electronics department at Costco, both had vests. I got a name tag with his name on it. I literally shaved a receding hairline. He would dye his goatee super black, so I literally got a Sharpie and colored in my goatee. Like, I did everything. My girlfriend was really disgusted because I looked like her uncle, which I don't know what the backstory with that is, but it almost feels like that may have been a pivotal turning point in our relationship. Like, after her seeing me as her uncle, maybe that was the beginning of the end. But it was the highlight. So there's a lot of fun to be had with Halloween, and I really enjoy it. And, if I ever get to a place where I can get my own house or condo or, I get my own place, it would be one of the holidays that I would actually get decorations for. I think it would be fun to decorate for Halloween because I enjoy spooky stuff. So number 4 is Halloween. But because I don't participate in it, that's why it's not my favorite. It's not on my list of things for autumn. It's not my favorite. It's really awesome. It's epic. It's my favorite Halloween holiday. But on the list of holidays go, like I barely celebrate my own birthday. So like Halloween and 420 are two of my favorites for sure. A little over 4 years ago, I started The Many Faces. It's an ongoing series of abstract ink portraits. Each piece is improvised. Each piece is released daily. Start collecting now. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF. That stands for The Many Faces. And save yourself 25% when you use coupon code RTS. That stands for The Ray Taylor Show, because that's what you're listening to, and I love you. So I want you to save 25% when you use that coupon code. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/TMF and use coupon code RTS to save 25% when you start collecting one of over 1,600 original ink paintings. By myself, I made them. Support me. I love you. Back to the show. Moving on to number 3, my third favorite thing about autumn is being able to wear hoodies and sweats. Mostly hoodie weather. Like, I love hoodies, man. Growing up, I mean, not growing up, didn't really get to wear them a lot here. Like, that's kind of winter weather. Winter clothing is hoodies. Like, it hasn't gotten cold enough yet to put on a hoodie. Maybe at night if I went out anywhere. If it wasn't, Delta variants going on, pandemics going on, and just stupid people going on. And I actually wanted to go out to do something, which I'm perfectly fine not going out to do. But if I did, I'd grab a hoodie because it gets a little chilly. You put that hoodie on, put the hood over your head if you want, put your hands in your pocket. You can be really antisocial out in public with a hoodie. But just wearing comfy clothes is so nice. It's so nice having the option to get warmer. Because during the summer out here, there's no way to get cooler. You can sit in front of the air conditioner with your clothes off is about the best you can do. There's no other way. You go inside of a refrigerator. That's the only other way to get really cold in the desert. But being able to put on extra layers, that's what I loved about Denver. It's like, I didn't care how cold it got. I love the cold weather. Being able to put on some comfy clothes, layers, like I can get nice and cozy and then go out in that cold weather, and it's like having superpowers. I could walk around in a blizzard. This is crazy. So yeah, hoodie weather. Or just being able to wear hoodies, I should say. Hoodies and sweats. Sweatpants are also very relaxing. Now that even when I was driving Uber and Lyft, I would just wear sweatpants all the time. I would just wear the most... For many years now, I've been wearing comfortable clothes at any and every opportunity. So sweats is something I am looking forward to getting back into this time of year. So that's my number 3. Hoodies, sweats, sweatpants. You know what I'm talking about. Cozy, comfy clothes. All the best. My number 2 favorite thing about autumn are the smells. These are smells that don't work when it's hot outside. These don't work in springtime. You can't have these smells in springtime. These smells only work in autumn. And they're like smells of just the smell of nature is different in autumn. It's got this crispness to it, especially like in Denver and in places where the seasons, when they change, they actually change, as opposed to the desert where it's just the temperature changes. Like, there's a crispness to it. There's, a little bit moisture in the air, a little dew in the mornings. It just had campfire smells. You have like cinnamon smells and just baked apple smells and all of those different, maybe pumpkin smells or whatever, I guess. But it definitely has a smell of, and they're comforting. But these smells don't work if it's hot outside. They're horrible if it's hot outside. It is horrible. It's like drinking hot coffee when it's 100 degrees outside. It's like, you don't need extra heat. Drink iced coffee. These smells are like that. They're like comforting. They're warming. They're inviting. But yeah. Like apple pie smells, cookies smells, because of all the baking that's going on. You're getting all those baking smells. They're great. It's just like sweet. Like you can't even be keto because you're getting like so much sugar just through your nostrils and the smells that you get kicked out of ketosis. Your diet's ruined, so might as well eat baked goods. But yeah, the smells of autumn are the best, in my opinion. That's my number 2. My number 1, my favorite part of this time of year in autumn, and it's something that you may know, you may guess, you may speculate, you may be correct. You might be right. You might be right. Because it's a thing, especially growing up in the desert. I spent most of my life living in the desert. And it's a feeling that is refreshing. It's a feeling that that makes you feel like you survived. I survived the summer, right? It feels like that moment when you come up for air after being underwater for a long time, holding your breath. You know, maybe you're surfing, you wipe out, you're in the tumble cycle in the waves, and that first gasp of air once you break the surface is just like this refreshing, revitalizing feeling. And that feeling I get is being cold. Like to feel, oh, I'm cold, is a feeling that I haven't felt since January, February, whenever it starts warming up. You stop feeling cold and you just start sweating all the time. And it's just hot and miserable for 9 months. But yeah, the ability to feel cold is something that and I'm a bigger guy, like I said. So feeling cold is a very rare sensation after like long, hard, hot months, record-breaking temperatures, to have any kind of moment in your life where it's like, ooh, I'm a little chilly. Like I haven't slept. It's so hot. I don't sleep with even a sheet on me because it's too hot. I overheat in bed with just a sheet. I have all the windows open, which is kind of the best part of the smells part, because the windows are open. When it starts cooling down, I can get some fresh air. I leave the windows open at night, starting to actually cool down. It's not 100 degrees at midnight like it is during the summertime. It's actually getting down to like 70, 60. Got down to like 60 something last night, I think. At least that's what the weather app said. I get to put a sheet on me while I'm sleeping? What? I can get my dog up on the bed and cuddle. Cuddling with my dog should have been number 1. I mean, being cold allows for that to happen. So thankfully to being cold. It is like the summer I'm underwater. And I'm just trying to hold my breath because I know things are eventually going to cool down. And then it finally does. That first moment where you're like, ooh, I need to put some socks on. My feet are cold. I'm sleeping in my bed. I need to put a sheet over me. Get nice and cozy under the sheet. That's my favorite feeling of autumn. Just kind of the relief that things are starting to cool off. Now, because I live in a desert, I have lived where it actually gets cold, Denver, although it didn't get crazy cold. But I love the cold weather, man. I love Denver. I love that Denver weather. Couldn't get cold enough. Couldn't get cold enough. I mean, it probably could have gotten more cold, but it's like you put things on and you can go out into the world. During the summertime, you can't put things on and go out into the world. You have to just drink a lot of water and hope you don't pass out from heat exhaustion, from heat stroke. And you could die. People die just going. There's like no snow. You're not stranded somewhere. It's just really hot out, and people just die because it's hot out. Can't put on like a giant coat. People are in, Antarctica. People are in like the coldest places in the world, and they can survive with, the right kind of clothing. Can't do that during the summer. So that feeling of cold is really the most refreshing thing ever. So that's my top 5 things I love about autumn. Let me go through that list one more time. Number 5, baked goods. Number 4, Halloween. Number 3, sweats / hoodie weather. San Diego was big hoodie weather. Number 2, smells. The smells of autumn are great. And number one, my favorite thing about autumn is being cold. Being cold. Because it allows for sweats and hoodies. It allows for baked goods. It allows for lighting those candles. Getting those great aromas in your nose. So that's my top 5. Let me know what your top 5 things that you love about autumn are in the comments. Hit me up on social media at Ray Taylor. Let me know what you love about this time of year. But that's it. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!